Hi and welcome to today's video, which is my update for my project pan to use 14 items in 2024. So this is a rolling pan in that when I've either reached the goal or finished a product, I can roll a similar product in to take its place. So I've got 14 items in front of me, and yes, I have made some progress, and yeah, I'll show you where I'm up to so far. I'm sorry I've been late this month. It should have been done earlier on, but the problem comes in, I had other things that I needed to film. But anyway, I'll show you where I'm up to at the moment. So the first item was a perfume, and that was because I'd used my Balm Aesthetique and completed that. So what I used was Claren's Eau de Jardin. Now this is not classed as a cologne or a perfume, but rather an aromatherapy treatment fragrance, if you will, that is supposed to uplift the spirits. Now, Claren's are one of the first items on aromatherapy. I mean, this came out in the not this, but their fragrance line came out in the 70s, I think, with Diamante, and this is a newer one. I found it was particularly lovely. It was fresh. It's I would say fruity floral, citrus floral is what I would describe it as. It was absolutely lovely. So this has a dabber, which I don't particularly like, but it was full when I rolled it in. And so what I did is I got a little spray, and this is one that I think it's about 7.5 ml, I'm not too sure, but basically you can unscrew it, and then I put a little metal funnel in, and I can pour the dabber perfumes on top and filter it right through. So I filled this little one up 3 times, and I've only got a tiny bit left, only enough for a few days. So what I'm going to do is show you what I'm going to roll in. So this will be an empty in the next few days. I'm going to roll in a perfume. I don't think it actually gives you the mil. It doesn't, and all perfumes are supposed to give you the. Oh, it does here. Sorry, very difficult to see. 10 ml. So this is by Parfum Anglais. So this is a local firm, I think, from Manchester or South Manchester area, and it's a couple that have created some colognes and lightweight perfumes. And this is a citrus florally. A bit like some of Acqua di Parma's, not so well blended, but it is a very light cologne. It's unisex, and it's called Amalfi Coast of Italy, and it is very nice, and I think it's suitable for very warm weather to cool one down, but it hasn't been very good weather here, but it's still July, so I think it'd be useful to use up. I've had it about 5 years. I bought it from a stall in a Manchester Christmas market, around 2018, 19, something like that. So it's time to get that used up. It does have a sprayer on, which is really good. So that's the next one I'm going to be focusing on. And I use that of an evening and after I've had a bath. So I use it a couple of times a day, but it's not my main fragrance during the day. So then I have my Kerastars Lixo Ultium oil. So this is has been recently repackaged, and it's in all the press and online. This is the rose gold limited edition. The repackaged one is the standard gold coloured packaging. I think it's plastic rather than glass. This is glass. It's okay as an oil silicone hair treatment, not the best, it's just okay, but it's gone up from around £40. I think it's 49. I think it's a lot of money for what it is. I've tried Garnier ones from the Honey range that have been as effective as this, but I am using it up, so I am now midway. Oh, if you can see through the K, there's the K, nearly midway through the K. So I'm probably halfway through. It doesn't look halfway, but it tapers to the end. So I would say one way is to do that, and that would tell me. So yeah, I'm about halfway, because obviously it's going to be this. If you get a level from there, yeah, so it's roughly about half, maybe just a little less actually. So I'll carry on using that, and I'll be using it this evening when I do my hair. So yeah, steady progress. The next item is my foundation. The top's a bit messy. Now, I've used it a couple of times. It's CYO Long Lasting Foundation. This is my favourite foundation. It's a grey tone beige, very much similar to the Korean shades, but unfortunately discontinued. I think it was discontinued around 2020, 2021. So I'm working on this. Now, I've used it about 4 times since I marked it, because last month the marking didn't change, and again it hasn't this month. It pumps up, and it's maybe 1 or 2 mil up. I think what happens is it stays much the same, and then maybe an air bubble, and then it will jump up. But I have used it about 4 times since it was put into this project, and I use it for nights out, and I really do enjoy it. But I hope to get this finished this year, and I would love to find a foundation it's better shade match than I would say it's a long wear foundation, but if I could get one with similar shade, I would be absolutely delighted, because the Korean ones tend to be a bit greyer than this in tone, but it's a desaturated, very pale, it's their palest foundation. Then I have another this is the second tube of the It Cosmetics CC Cream 50 plus, so it's the original. It's a second tube in this project pan. I've gone through many tubes. This is quite old though now, because this one actually says made in Korea, and I believe in that's 2 or 3 years they've been made in the US of A. And I would imagine the quality is much the same. I will find out, because I have bought some more fairs, but this is where we're up to. Now, what happens is the pump is really good at sucking out air. So this is it. It's one of the best ones that I've seen, but even when it won't pump anymore, and I think I do have some more use out of this, it does get messy, I've cleaned it the best I can. It won't extract all of the product out, so what I'm going to have to do is cut it at some point. But I have this on today, and it looks quite a warm colour, unusually enough. It's called Fair, but it works fine on my skin. They have brought other versions of this Fair out and renumbered them, and I did go to Space NK a couple of weeks ago I was actually going into Manchester for the theatre, and I popped into Space NK, and they didn't have, although it's online, it's not in their store in St Anne Square, but they're shutting that store imminently, and they've opened up a store in Piccadilly, and they have some of the CC collection there. So next time I go into Manchester, I will bring a tube so I can compare the colour, so I can get a similar match. I doubt I'll get a better match. I'm quite pleased with this, actually. All I will say is that when I use skincare, it tends to it's very glowy and then needs to be mattified with a powder, although it doesn't take a lot. There's still shine there, but for others it's matte. If you don't put any skincare and you bang this on your face, because it does have some skin get in, it will look very, very matte. But with my skincare, it works lovely. I absolutely adore this. I just wish it was a bit longer lasting, because my face seems to eat it up a bit. But I have put quite a bit of powder on today to help its longevity. But it is a favourite of mine. The next item I've got is a glow mist. I did have a setting spray, used that up, so I'm now on Pixie Glow Mist. And I will like this product. I'd like it a lot more if it didn't have glycolic acid in, but it is quite moisturising on the skin. It's a biphase, so basically I started off, if I can just show you there, and that's where I'm up to now. So it's steady progress. I don't use it all the time, but if I feel that my face is a bit powdery, then I will add that to it. So yes, it's steady progress. I hope to get that finished towards the end of the year. Then for eyeshadow, I've got 2 items, because I started off the project with 2 items, and this is a Clinique free gift with purchase. Now, it is difficult to open. I've got it open now. So last month I finished a peach one, and I was working on a beige, a bronze one. Now the pan there has got quite big. I think I'd hit pan last time, but I've used probably 2/3 of it now. And for the other shadow, I'm using this, which is a pale satin, more to matte peach. It's showing up lighter than it is, and I'm using that on the brow bone under a highlighting product. and that goes just to add a tiny bit of glimmer on the top. It's more satin, it's not sparkly. So I'm going to carry on working on these two, but I haven't got that one on today. I've got this just here, so it's quite subtle. I'm going to leap forward and show you what I've laid underneath the brow bone. And I'd used up a highlighter, or hip pan, sorry, and I wanted to try something else. So I thought, I've been using this year. It was in the project pan last year, and it was massive. But I've actually managed to get the Becca Champagne Pop stick down to there. So I've used, I would say, a couple of mils since the last update, because I put it in immediately after the last update. And yeah, I'm hoping to get that finished this year. I've lost the cap somewhere, but it's still quite moisturising, and I keep it quite low in there so it doesn't get any dirt in. But yes, working through that. And then the next item is my eyeliner. Now, I can't show you progress on this because it's a Stila liner. Now, I'm sure Stila, this is quite old, I'm sure Stila have changed their products. But one criticism was that these pens, you can wind up, you can't retract. So it is a bit of a problem. So also with Stila, they tend to dry up and fall out. Now, this has done the opposite. What's happened, it's gone quite creamy and quite oily, which is unusual. Normally they dry out. So I'm going to push a bit up. As you can see, I'm going to start pushing it up. There. Can you see there's quite a bit? Now this might crumble because it's just gone very, very oily. Now this is actually a very, very dark taupe. This looks much lighter there. It's like a medium or a light taupe. But compared with this, it is very, very dark. I know obviously the light is bleaching it, but on the skin it's very dark. Now I don't have it on today. I've got a liquid brown metallic eyeliner at the moment, but I have been wearing that most of the time. And I'm hoping to get it finished this year because I seem to use a lot because it's quite fragile, it's quite crumbly, as well as liquid. It's very difficult. It smudges everywhere, that's all I'll say. Then for lipstick, I've got my... It's now getting even worse, the packaging, but it's basically the Urban Decay with Gwen Stefani lipstick in Firebird. I've got a backup of this, so I do need to use this up, and this is where we're up to. So I've got a small amount. I've used it when I've been going out of an evening, and I've topped it up a few times. So basically, if I can show you where I'm up to with that, there's hardly any movement between last month. There's two lines close together, but I have used it, and I'm hoping to get it finished up towards the end of the year, or by the end of the year. And then for lip gloss or balm, I've got Charlotte Tilbury. This is a limited edition Christmas one. It's a hard jelly like plastic. I'll give you a swatch. I don't know if you can see anything. Can you see? There it is. That's the swatch, but it took many, many passes to get that. So it's not really used for staining, but if you get any of these on your skin, it could, other than your lips, it could stain. You could end up with a panda, you know, round your whole mouth. You've just got to be very, very careful. But I have been using it regularly, so this is it. So there's not a lot left, a few more months left. It does have a weird aftertaste, but it seems to have faded a little as time's gone on. And I wonder if the formula being very, very hard, and the aftertaste, because a lot of people did complain about that, but not everyone could taste it or had a problem with it. It's supposed to be fruity, but it's got a really nasty, at the back of the mouth, nasty taste. So the lip balm, I've had steady use. Obviously, I've measured it. Is it that one? Yes, I've measured it this way. So yeah, just a little bit each month. I'm wearing it a bit away. I use it at night when I'm sat on my couch. I have it on a little table nearby, and I rub it, pass it over a few times of an evening. Then the next item is my nail polish, and it is by Orly, and I think it's Garden something. Have I got it here? Nail polish, Artist Garden. Put it in at the end of April, and I'll show you where I'm up to. So this was full to the very, very top. So the first update there, second update there. And I don't know if you can see, yeah, it's not picking it up. It's not strong enough, the light, because I have dimmed it. But you can see there's window in there. So basically, I can see the light above where obviously there. It's see-through from there, from my end. So I've probably used about a quarter of it to a third, something like that, but it is 18 ml. I haven't worn it all the time. Sometimes with gardening I've not put anything on the nails. I try to each week, and at the moment I've got another one on. But it is absolutely beautiful pastel, lovely for summer. Then we've got our Tarte's Pro Glow, and I've finished up, as you may recall, I don't know, maybe I hadn't quite finished, but actually I have. I finished up so this is an empty, I finished up the contour cream, and I've moved on to the contour powder. Now I was using this last year in a project pan. Now can you see, I can correct this, but it's hard panned. So I've got quite a bit of progress in, but can you see that dark brown? That is hard pan. So I'm going to get some very, very sticky sellotape, and you put it on the hard pan area and lift the top layer. That's what I'm going to do. So I've got this on my cheeks today. Let me see if I can show you. And I've got it here, and I've got it, that's probably the hollow, but I've got it all the way around there. And it's a fairly cool tone, not as cool as the cream, but it is lovely for shaping the face. I'm enjoying it, and I hope to hit pan. I don't know when, because they're very, very deep pans. I think they're 6 grams each of those pans in the Tarte's Pro Glow. And equally, I think it's 6 grams each of my blush, which is the last item which I've got on today. There it is. And I've got a topper on, highlighter powder on top. Unfortunately, the very next day after I filmed the last update, it crumbled. So basically, I've got this of the original pan there, which I'm working from at the moment. And then I used rubbing alcohol to repress. I didn't do the best job. But can you see the colour's changed? It's gone more reddish in tone, more of a coral, a reddish coral than an orange coral. But it doesn't really swatch very much differently. It's just how the alcohol has affected it, because it does affect colour, alcohol, when you repress. So they're the two, but I'm working on the bottom one. They're very, very pigmented, and I think it's 6 grams of product. Let me just see. Yeah, 6 grams. So that, you when you get a blush, it can be anywhere between 2 and 3 up to 4 grams, but 6 grams is a lot. So it's like using 2 blushes up during the course of the year. Although I had been used before going into this project, but not hit pan or anything. But I'm very, very pleased. Love the tone, and I'll be glad to be getting rid of this pan. I do have a couple of eyeshadows, because this is which I've stuck down, which I hope to try and use this year as well. So they're all the items. Let me know your thoughts down below. Can I say thank you very much for watching, as I do appreciate that your time is valuable, and I'm amazed that as many people as do watch. I'm very humbled by that. And like I say, thank you very, very much. Whether, like I say, you're watching for the first time, or whether you've been watching a few other of my videos, I do appreciate that your time and that you're sharing it with me. But can I say, please take care of yourselves until the next time I see you. Otherwise, I will be doing another video soon, or a couple of videos really, updating my perfume purchases and uses, and the same with any new makeup purchases. I've got 2 videos coming up fairly soon. Okay then, I'll see you soon, and bye for now.